Hey guys, this is KEnODvT here, and well, I'm back. Right, let's get this party started. I took a break from Starcraft, an extended one, about 3 months, and I've just come back, and I kind of sucked. So I've been doing lots of 2v2s and watching DreamHack and stuff. Total Biscuit, I recommend you go check him out. Him and D Apollo's coverage, really cool. And I started playing 1v1s again, and I did my placement, got into plat, and then I lost like 10 times in a row. So I'm pretty sure I'm about to drop out of plat. So I was like, screw around. So I started playing with custom maps, 4v4s, 2v2s, and this is one of the more interesting ones I played, and I played it last night. My ally is Ark, Blue Terran, and we are versing 2 Protoss, a Cheese Font, oh god, really, and Charlie. See, I just played them, I didn't really pay attention. I am playing Zerg, which is my off race, so should be interesting. No matter what people say, I love the extractor trick because it's just so cool to get above the supply, and I am rocking the Pandaren thing. I did watch BlizzCon, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. So Ark is going to track down a 12 barracks, you know, fairly standard. Neither opponent has done something cheesy yet, which is great, given one of them is cheesy fondue. Charlie hasn't really done anything yet. He's at 13 supply, maybe fast expand. I don't know. We didn't do as much scouting information as I would like. Cheesy fondue, just grabbing his gas now, maybe a little slow. He might... he should be alright if he puts 3 workers in it immediately. Charlie, interestingly enough, getting a gas, not putting anything in it, does have a gateway going up. Me going for a more economic play. I was planning on fast expanding, and then I realized, well, shucks, this map isn't very good for it, but I'll do it anyway, because, you know, that's how I roll. Right. Anyway, I'm just double checking on the levels and stuff. If you haven't already noticed, new computer, new way of recording, so I have no idea how this is going. I might be completely too loud. I might just pause 1 second. And I'm back. I'm using my laptop to record on my new shiny computer, so, you know, that's very nice. What I observed is that you're not getting any game sound really, so we'll turn that up a bit, enable music. Anyway, back to the game. We are placing a bunker down in our front base, which is always good. I mean, dual Protoss, I hate versing dual Protoss because all they have to do is chuck out a 400 death ball, and you're just like, yay, dead. I can't do shit versus that. 200 is bad enough. 400, fuck. So, yeah, not a big fan of that. However, Terran and Zerg always have the fun of, let's have Broodlords being healed by Medivacs, because, you know, that's always fun. So, as you probably observed from the message log, which is up here, he was like, I'm going to make Thors, because, you know, that's awesome. Sure, go for it. Let's see how that works. So I did end up throwing down the fast expand. It's nearly up. Should be interesting to see what they did about that. I actually wonder when they find out about it, because it was always an interesting thing is to find out what your opponents actually know and what they respond with. We do see that Cheesy Fondue is just tracking down a Stargate, which is fairly interesting. It's not a very popular tech path anymore. You don't... Mass Void Rays is, you know, kind of out the window now, and even though it's good in low-level leagues, I mean, I'm sitting up in gold and plat, so I don't see it very much up there. 3 gate from Charlie, so a little more, you know, predictable, and my Zerg is just shit. I was playing random more because I got bored of Protoss and anything else, and my Zerg is woeful. Took a 3-month break from the game. Hadn't played Zerg for 2 months before that, so your best guess is as good as mine. I am, you know, paying attention to my lava. If nobody's ever heard of this trick, you can remap. I can't remember which key it is on the right side of your keyboard, but you can remap it to go to a base And the way you inject lava is you just put them, I put them at 6. You just go 6, Shift V, hit that key and just click in the middle of your screen, and you literally just bounce back and forward. So I am chucking down 3 Evo chambers to try and get as much upgrades as possible. They're getting a little too zealot high composition for my liking. However, given Cheese, I'm just going to call him Cheese, has built a Stargate, you know, that makes sense. He does want to preserve his gas. In the production tab, we do see a Thor coming out, which is always good. I mean, Thors are lots of fun, and he dumps half his mineral iron onto repairing it, and it's pretty much invincible. We do see a Phoenix coming out, and this is where I think we first figured out that they had air tech. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, if we look at our vision, we can't see jack. We look at their vision, they don't even know I've expanded yet, so you know, that's a bit... Unfortunately, I'm about to lose an Overlord here. I thought I was going to be all pro and be like, I'm going to watch your expansions, but no, you know, it's just going to die. Cheesy Fondue, starting production of a carrier. Ooh, kind of interesting. And me completely overreacting to, hey, let's build 8 Spore Crawlers. Because I play with a guy who loves Mass Phoenix and just picks up everything. Funnily enough, these Spore Crawlers serve me well later. So I've currently got Roach Tech. I do have triple evolution chamber, and I'm doing nothing with it. Because I realized that after building 8 Spore Crawlers, 3 evolution chambers, I had no workers, which was stupid. So as you can see, they're building up quite the force. Do either of them have charge, though? No, I don't believe either of them had charge, which is interesting. Normally with this amount of zealots, I like charge with air. It's always fun. I mean, I know all the pro players are like, yeah, Blink is awesome, but I like charge. Charge is cool too, you know. Charge is just kind of cool. Arc, deciding maybe he wants to push out a little bit. He's also going to go off and take a semi-secretive expansion. Purple Cheese has just taken his first expansion. It's a little late. I mean, income is I believe. Yes, it is. My income is kind of above everyone else, even though I only have 24 harvesters, but they're all on minerals because I took them off gas because, well, I spent half of them on making Spore Crawlers. As you can see, my Terran friend is lacking a bit in the minerals and everything department, actually. That is, however, because I think he's pulled, yeah, lots. So we're just going to push out, poke a little. It's a bit of a measly force, but, you know, 2 Thors. Thors are always lots of fun. Unfortunately, they're going away in Heart of the Swarm. I'm not crying. They were imber as hell. They are imber as hell. I hate Thors. And then I go Mass Immortal, and then they die. It's great. It's actually an interesting thing. I haven't seen any of that in PvT at the moment. I've been watching I've watched most of DreamHack, and PvT, Mass Marauder, Mass Immortal seems logical. Like, that's what I do. I mean, I must have missed something, like a logical reason why they wouldn't do that, so... I don't know. So we are going to use this barracks up here to gain sight, which is very nice. We do discover they have carriers, which, you know, it's always fun. And we've currently got Roach and 2 Thors versus Mass Zealot. But we really don't have that much of a counter to his carriers, so that's not very good. I think I freak out soon, not exactly sure. The carriers are not killing my roaches very quickly, but quickly enough. I mean, my logic here is why run away when I could at least maybe do a little bit of damage to them. I mean, these carriers aren't exactly doing a very quick job. So I basically I think I respond with going 42 Ling, lots of Lings, to try and, you know, do a run by and do as much damage as I can, and I am aware because of my epic Overlord placement, they were useful. How did they know I'd expanded? Oh yeah, that Phoenix. So we do have 2 carriers sending out across the map, and this is where it could start to get problematic, because even though I'm in a counter attack with a shit ton of Zerglings, which he does pull his carriers back to try and deal with, so that was interesting. I just kind of fired and forgot. Come on, take it down. The carriers do rock up about now, it looks like, and they are going to be able to pick off Zerglings pretty much with impunity, and they do pretty much one-shot them. But I'm just going to run past. Do I try and deal with the Stalkers or just run away? Appears I just run away, and I'm just going to try and deal as much damage in their main as possible. But with 3 carriers on top of me, this is going to get cleaned up pretty quickly, and a Void Ray as well. So I'm going to try and take down the Nexus, and it's getting close. There's a lot of Zerglings though, maybe not. Appears I'm not going to quite get it. And I really should not have an Overlord stack. Overlord stacks are bad. Overlord stacks are very bad. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point in the game. They've kind of gone mass air. Not sure how I feel about that. It doesn't really happen very often. It doesn't even happen in pro games. We do have Thors, you know, which is a good response. First mass there. Mass there. Yes, we're going to cross Thors with air. Oh wait, that's called medevac. So they are going to be heading out across the map. Going to see what damage they can do. They don't really have that much for an army, but they do have air, which I finally built a Hydralisk den. And I'm going to need a little more than 10 Hydras to be able to deal with this. I did notice, and I started pinging on my map a bit like, whoa, Jesus. And this is when the carriers start to try and wreak havoc, so I pull all my workers back. My Hydra's got a bit lost, which is a bit annoying, but the Thors come across, and we are able to do a fair amount of damage. He's in a bit of an awkward position, but then again, he is taking out Thors, Hydras, and my expansions, so maybe it's worth sticking around. He does lose a carrier. Another carrier looks like it's going to go down. No, look, they're targeting the Void Rays. But Marines, Thors, Hydras, it's just kind of air's worst nightmare, really. You got splash damage, you got everything. So, maybe not the best idea. We do see that, interestingly enough, Charlie has expanded right next to my ally Arc. And, you know, that's always fun. Let's expand right next to each other, concealed by bush. I'm pretty sure if this was real life, like, they might hear the, like, of, like, the refinery and shit, and, you know what I mean. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious when you call down a mule, like, 50 meters away from someone. It's just like... Yeah, my sound effects are horrible. Anyway, so the Thors, and yeah, we're just chilling. I did not manage to lose that base, which was quite nice, because that was not exactly something that I wanted to have happen. And at the moment, we both seem to be taken up. He is going to take this expansion again, because currently Cheese Fondue is only on 1 base, which is not that great. It does have 2 observers here, so we could go out and get some map awareness. They don't know about this expansion. They do know about this expansion and the Hydralisks. They don't know what tech level I'm at. I could be going Broodlords and they wouldn't know. As far as we're concerned, we have a pretty detailed, like, what's in their base. Nothing really seems to change. There's some changes, but not much. So we do have some fairly good information on our opponents. My ally has neither got Stim nor Combat Shield. As I said, fresh back in, so I'm losing a lot of games because still learning. So I think I'm actually below my current skill level. Oh, wow. I need to work on that. So we are going to be able to take out this expansion, which, you know, it's a good victory, but I've taken it out so many times already, it's not quite funny. Do either of us know about each other's expansion yet? No, that's kind of funny. So we are going to push in the front of their base, but there's really not enough Hydralisks to deal with this. He is pushing down with a bunch of Zealots, and the Thors are making fairly quick work on it. Unfortunately, his SCVs aren't on auto repair, which is, you know, never fun as a Thor. It doesn't automatically repair. Hey, help me out here, dude! So the Marines and the Thors seem to be doing alright. The Void Rays are actually taking some fairly high shelling. If you have a look at... God dang it. Double click. There we go. Some quite high damage. I mean, they're all in the yellows, so, you know, Thor's damage for the win. And one of the carries nearly died. I meant, yeah, a bit rusky. Pushed out a bunch of brooches, not a bunch of Hydras. My macro seems to be slipping a little bit. My Zerg play is just atrocious. I really need to work on it, because I like playing Zerg. Going for heavy upgrades, which I really think is just the easiest and cheapest way to win in low-level leagues, because it's like, hey, I can have 20 lings versus your 1 zealot. My zealot's through 3, you've got 0 lings, I win. But it's less obvious than that. I mean, he's got no upgrades, which actually he has +1 upgrades on his air, so you know that's not horrible. And I'm sitting on 1 at the moment, and I'm about to be at 2 so that does give me a little bit of advantage. I'm throwing down a baneling nest to try and bust down some workers and some walls into buildings, but unfortunately I don't think the baneling nest is going to stay up very long, or go up at all, because it's in my expansion. These spore crawlers, you know, trying to do their thing, but you know, it's really not working. All my workers did get picked off here. It was fairly lax of me. Well, some of them did. My ally has started building Mass Viking, which is never fun if you're a Protoss. With a little bit of micro, he might have been able to lose less, but I'm pretty sure he was a silver or bronzer, so, you know, I'm sure we've all been there. I'm sure some of us still are there. Being in bronze is a real pain in the ass, because a lot of what you see is cheese. Upgrades got me from silver to platinum. That's not true, Forge Fast Expanding did. Forge Fast Expanding got me from silver to platinum, and then I just stayed there trying different things. I'm really annoyed that we didn't figure this expansion out. Nope, neither of us know. And I'm just kind of pushing into his base like, haha, let's base race, bitches. I've got an army in your base, you've got an army in mine. Gonna try and take out as many Stargates as possible before they pop out carriers. Fortunately, there comes a carrier. There's 2 Void Rays, so there's not much I can do about it. And it's looking pretty dire for us. I mean, we've got some Vikings, and he does have this base, but they have this base as well, and this base is far better saturated. And we just got some carriers kind of romping through our main. There's not much we can do about it. I'm kind of out of, you know, lava, which is, you know, never good as a Zerg. I don't have a queen, so I'm not injecting. I'm not generating lava. I do have 7, so, you know, that's always good. And we're doing reasonable damage in their main, but, I mean, it's kind of in their advantage right now. And one spore crawler just got taken out, so that's not good. I don't actually have any income. I'm finally producing 7 Hydralisks, so we'll see what I can pull out with that. But I mean, you've got 3 carriers sitting in your base, 3 carriers for 7 Hydralisks. It's not great odds. The carriers are fairly well injured, but, you know, got some Zerglings out here. I'm just scouting the map. I want to find out where their expansion is, if they've got one. I do see this one again. Have we discovered this yet? No, we haven't. Why you done make air, anti-air? Oh yeah, well that's what Hydralisks are for, dude. I just didn't make much of them. So he's pumped out a Thor, and we were able to take out the 3 carriers, but this is really not looking great. I mean, you've got carriers and Void Rays just streaming in, and we can't keep up. I mean, I played badly and got minerals. Like, that's kind of how it worked. So with this 5 forces Void Rays, I mean, how do we stop this? It's just, once they get charged up, it's over. So we'll see. I played this game a couple of days back, so I can't actually remember whether we won or lost. I just remembered it was a good game. I've got a couple of Hydras. Maybe with some micro I might be able to do it. Unfortunately, there's nothing to repair these Thors, so they're only getting 1 or 2 shots off, which is unfortunate because they're highly upgraded, you know. And here's where I have to start picking off Void Rays, and we are able to snipe 1, which is really good. One Void Ray for 1 Hydralisk, 2 Hydralisks. It's not great exchange, but they are losing their charge, which, you know, is always good. We are able to pick up another 1 for 1 Void Ray, so we've currently done 3 Hydralisks for a Void Ray, and they are just laying into my hive, which is really not great. So I'm just going to try trading damage. Unfortunately, their shields regenerate kind of faster, and my Hydralisk is rather injured. Are they able to take out my Hydralisk? We do get another Void Ray, and his Thor was able to come in and, you know, be really useful. And I popped out a couple more Hydralisks, and we are going to be able to clean this up, but is there any follow-up from them? Damn, 5 more Void Rays. This is actually interesting, because I've forgotten what happened. Oh, damn it, there's a carrier. How are we going to deal with that? And it's just, shit, he's just going to be able to sit up there and snipe us. I mean, that's really good and really bad at the same time. So, I finally managed... No, I didn't get a base up. I must have done that thing where I was like, all workers go there and build it, and then they're all in the way of the one that wants to build it, and then, you know, it all just goes kaboom. So... Are we able to clean up this carrier? Carrier vs Thor, I'm pretty sure the carrier wins. I'm pretty sure that carrier was on like half health when the Thor started, so you know. That's always good. We do have a pack of Void Rays coming across the map, which is really not good for us. He is fortunately building mass Viking, which is great for us. And Charlie just going to be able to come up here and clean up, I think. Not much we can really do about it. There's a carrier off left who's just picking off shit with impunity, which is, you know, never fun. And 6 Hydralisks, I mean, they are 2/2 Hydras, so, you know, that's 2/2 Hydras, but it's an even number of Hydras to Void Rays. I am able to bait one, maybe we'll be able to snipe it, and there we go, that's one down, that's good. And I didn't lose a Hydralisk, thank you, Creep. Creep is awesome. That's one thing I don't like about Zerg. And, are we able to snipe a carrier? Not really, unfortunately. That's one thing I don't like about Creep in 2v2. Yes, we do get the carrier, is you can't spread it without, you know, hindering your opponent. And with some Spore Crawler help, we are able to get another one. And can we get any others? No, not really. However, he is now harassing what is left of my mineral line, which is not good. However, they're not going to make another return trip, which is, you know, even better. And... I am able to start producing Hydralisks again because I have a mineral income. Do I have a Hydra den? Oh yes, good. So 3 Hydras. Just gonna try and bait back around these Spore Crawlers. This Spore Crawler has 2 kills. There's now 5 of them. I probably should have put the injured ones at the back, so that wasn't particularly smart. And are we going? Oh no! Oh, lucky damned Hydralisk. And here comes a fleet of Vikings and Marines, so we are going to be able to clean this up with some impunity, but I'm probably going to lose my lair, which is, you know, never fun. And here it comes. I finally moved a Spore Crawler. I remembered they could actually move. And he's basically caught between anti-air and Vikings. So, you know, that's always fun. But unfortunately, I lost my lair. I did manage to get a few more Hydralisks out, but let's see if they've got a response to this. Oh, I'm at my camera. Let's go back to everyone. Let's see if they've got a response to this. Cheese is, you know, building down bottom right. Still not sure if they know about us or we know about them yet. Nope. And just some Void Rays chilling out in the middle of the map, you know, taking out some Zerglings. Probably could have actually done something with 4 Zerglings, but, you know, bit of a fail. Oh, able to take out 1 worker. That's a victory. So they are amassing a little bit of ground troops. I mean, this is just coming down to who can, you know, kill each other with a base racy-ish scenario. My friend Ark was able to take out the bottom left. For the record, we were 2v2 random, so, you know, that's never great. And he's just keeping on pumping out Vikings, which is really good. And we finally discovered this other expansion. Took like 50 years, but, you know. And just going to land a couple of Vikings and clean up, basically. His workers could probably kill the Vikings, but they're currently sitting on 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, and ooh, damn it, that's a lot of Void Rays. And taking out a decent share of workers, but not an amazing amount. Vikings now do come across, and with +1 air upgrades, he is able to make mincemeat of these 0/0 Void Rays, especially considering he does outnumber them, and the Void Rays aren't charged. He's probably just going to insta-pop this one, and in I come with some Hydralisks. 2/2 Hydralisks, that's always fun, versing 0/0 And it looks like they are going to GG out here. It's not quite over. I mean, Purple doesn't have any income. I don't even think he has any workers. No, Purple has 1 worker. Does he know where? There it is. So he probably doesn't know where. And is we about to kill it? Yep, we just killed his last worker. So unfortunately, there goes Cheese's last worker, which pretty much removes him from the game. Purple does, Cyan, Charlie, still has 1,500 minerals, so he might be able to pull something out. He is pushing across the map with 3 Void Rays and a bunch of Stalkers. This is always a bit of a potent force. My base is basically pretty much undefended at this point, and he should be able to do anything, but having just spawned some Zerglings, I am able to clean this up reasonably well, given they're 2-2 Zerglings. 2-2 Zerglings versus Stalkers is, you know, never great. And that forced him to keep pushing with his Void Rays, which was probably not the best of decisions. Sorry about that drag across the map. People have been telling me not to, you know, drag, but to click and use my mouse, and I lowered my sensitivity a lot so that I try not to make people sick, because I am aware people do watch this in full screen. And I'm just going to come over and see if I can clean up these Void Rays. I only have 6 Hydralisks to 3 Void Rays. If they get charged, I'm in a lot of trouble. But otherwise, it seems like I'm going to be alright. He's not microing particularly well. Probably could have outranged me. And there's the GG from Charlie. I did take out his final air unit. He does leave the game. I think he'd run out of gas. No, it appears he'd run out of everything. What does Purple have? Purple has a lot. And there's the GG. Well, this is KEnODvT. I'm hoping to start recording a lot more again. I've finally got my new recording method to work, so see you all around, guys. I'm hoping to record some Battlefield footage at some point, so hopefully I can show you that. Battlefield 3 is awesome, especially when you have a $2,100 computer. This is KEnODvT, signing off. See you around.